Hi, thanks so much for stopping in today. I'm really glad to see you. It's been a few days. I spent all of last week with classes and things like that for my students, just busier and I'll get out. And so now that I'm back away from the classroom and have taken care of all of the home things, the home chores and the errands that I need to do, I can get back into doing some of the other stuff that I really enjoy, like doing vlogs for all you. Um, I've got an unboxing to do for you that came last week, patterns that I ordered. And it's just, I really like to show you what I get and give you a little bit of a taste or a teaser about different things. Um, we've got a few other topics to share with you, but I'm going to get right into this boxing right off the way. But so I have one of these. Well, first of all, before I even start, I'll tell you that every year as a certified instructor, I am allowed 8 free patterns. And that is specifically to help me build up my portfolio of projects and quilts that I can then teach. And so we bring these things in according to either the requests from our students so that we can learn how to teach them those patterns, or things that are newly released so that we can have them in our repertoire and be familiar with the latest techniques, as well as different aspects of those patterns that might fall into other patterns with similar units in them. Anyhow, I've got some of those, and I'm really ready to show you that. So my first one coming out of the box is called Boughs of Holly. And there you go, trying to get the glare off of it for you. It is just a sweet, sweet pattern. It is 99 inches square, so it is kind of large, but you have really big unit pieces in here and some really delicate piecing. And I'm really looking forward to this. Now, I do have a student that is coming to retreat in November and specifically wants to work on this. Well, I need to have those instructions ahead of time and really review them and do that kind of stuff so I can help her. But I'm looking at this to put it into a different colorway completely. And I think that's a really fun adventure to do. Quilt Stir, which is the online subscription program that QuiltWorks partners with to help us color our quilts before we even buy fabric, before we even set needle to fabric. We can color those patterns, find out what they look like. And if we don't like this color here or that color there, we can then modify it, change it, or completely do it all over again if we don't like the progression that it's going on. So Quiltster is a perfect place to then bring this pattern into different colors so that I can really see some of the different dynamics of that I really want to take an adventure into. So there's the first one out of the box, Boughs of Holly. The next one I think is just really, really amazing. And so this one is called White Swan Salvia. Now it comes in this size, which is an 80 by 80. But if you purchase the expansion pack that takes this up to a king size, which is called Dragon's Tooth Border, which actually will give you all of that. You can see how that is. The center medallion of 80 by 80 is put on point, and then this is what goes around it, taking that final measurement up to 118 square. That's a pretty big quilt. But the thing that I think is really, really phenomenal about what QuiltWorks Patterns does is that they offer you different options on sizes, and you just have to buy the additional expansion packs of paper in order to facilitate that. And when you are in Quiltster, you can choose this option or this one, depending on what size you want. So if you want the regular one and it's just on point and it's not any bigger than that, that's 80 inches square. If you want to go with a 118 inch square White Swan Salvia, all you have to do is select that in Quiltster and you can color everything at once. But we have the White Swan Salvia and the Dragon's Tooth expansion pack, which is fabulous. I am so excited to start on that one. Again, it's student driven. I have a student that is wanting to make that, and so she is definitely on board with me learning it so that I can teach it to her. So I'm all about that kind of stuff. Next is Hocus Pocus, which is a brand new release with a spiral. See if I can do this the opposite way, because when I'm looking at you, it's going one way, and when I'm looking at me, it's going the other way. But it's a Lone Star diamond that is colored to look like it's a spinning spiral. Now, in Hocus Pocus, you can do this with just the three colors. We have red, and we have white, and we have blue, which is excellent. But it looks beautiful in a rainbow. It looks gorgeous in just a two-tone color from lightest to darkest, spinning away. Um, the other part of it is that this Lone Star diamond is made to look like it's in triangles, which is a genius way to color it. So I have one for myself to make, and I have another pattern to sell. So I'm going to be doing that, of course. Perfect classes, excellent classes, both in person and YouTube. In person will probably come before the YouTube, but it's definitely on its way. Now, when I was at Anna Blickenderfer Westergard, her barn in Iowa in July, I saw this pattern come live, and it was like, oh my gosh, I really want to do it. But I wasn't ready to purchase the fabric for it yet, but I got it. This is called All Hands on Deck. There you go. And Quilt Works has it done up in blues. Anna has it done up in Tim Holtz with a purple colorway, and it is breathtaking. Both of them are. I'm probably going to get on Quilt Stir and color my own and shop out of my stash first, and then buy local. But all hands on deck. I'm excited as I'll get out to get into that one. Well, here's another one, a really fun one, which is called Polar Express. Now, this is also it's a very simple, elegant, smooth lines, and it looks like a sample quilt. But this one is 85 inches square. It's a newly released. In fact, it was just released in 24. April is when this one was re-released with a new colorway. And so I think this will be a really fun. And just imagine it colored in greens or a rainbow of colors or any kind of color combination that you want. But this is actually very much like a two-color quilt, blues and white. And it's got a great feel to it. Polar Compass. I'm really looking forward to getting into that. Then, guess what I have? True North. I got the fabric kit from Anna when I was there at the barn in Tim Holtz colors. And it is this, with the exception of, there's this ring in here, in this inner ring, and you can't see it very well with my fingers, but it's an inner ring. And that fabric actually has skulls on it. That's the way that it's originally colored. I'm not crazy about the skulls, so I bought a kit that had that skull fabric swapped out for something else that I really, really adore. And so Anna does a fabulous job with her kits. So if you really want to know what she's all about, I will include her website down below, because a lot of my students really shop through her because she carries Tim Holtz fabrics, which is something that we can't get easily here on the western slope of Colorado. I know that they buy it, and so they shop where they can easily find it, and Anna carries those a lot, and so I'll include her website, and you can go shop on her site, which is fabulous. She and I are going to partner together in November of 2025, where she's going to come out to Colorado and co-teach with me at one of the retreats that I put on at Wine Country Inn. So yeah, I'm going to plug her every chance I get, because she does such amazing work. Plus, she's bringing her whole store with her, which is also over the top fabulous. So the next one that I've got, and I've got several of them, is another new release. It just came live this month from Quiltworks, and it's called Coral Cove. It is 70 inches square, and these are patterns for me to buy or sell, one to make and some to sell. So I have some of those on hand if anybody sees this and wonders when I'll put a class together on YouTube and live if needed, but definitely YouTube. And can they get their pattern for me? And the answer is yes, and yes, and yes. So that's me. But this one is so fun. It is large, wide open spaces, big units, and it's 70 inches square. And honestly, if you wanted to grow this larger, oh my gosh, grab a hold of a charm element a flying geese charm element or a wavy goose charm element or stars, something to give it a little bit more size. And you can add it to the top and offset it, add it to the bottom, and you've got you've just made it longer, more of a rectangle. Super easy to do, and it's all Quiltworks patterns, but this one will be the center of anything that I do in that regard. Not only that, it's 70 inches square. And what you can also do is look for additional borders to take it up to, say, 80 inches square or well, it's already at 70. 68 won't do you any good. But if you can find a border to take the whole thing up to 80 inches square, there's a whole bunch of expansion packs. I'm so excited. I can't get my words straight. There's a whole bunch of expansion uh, uh, add-on kits to take it up to 99 or 118 even. And so you can use this as your center medallion, put it on point, and then go to town and give it some more. So there's still more options, but this is a beautiful start to 70 inches square and very, very, I took a peek at the pattern on the inside and the instructions. Super easy, super fun, great pattern to start with. I'm excited to put this one together as a class. So I've got class one to make and some to sell. So the last thing, is that the last thing here? Yes, one more, and that is cinnamon sticks. Now I have a kit in progress that I believe is this one, but I'll be putting that together, getting it all set, putting it all together, and filming it for a YouTube video class. I don't have too many takers locally for students, but if I offer it online, then the world's my oyster, and anybody from anywhere can do that. But it'll take some time because there's maybe 8 or 9 in front of it, but it's coming. So just keep watching, and I will absolutely advertise that on both my vlog as well as the Quiltworks Facebook page for kits and classes. So when all of these classes go live, it'll be there, and then you can follow the links and come to see me what I'm doing. It'll be on my vlog, available through YouTube and for purchase. So I'm really excited for that. But what is under my needle? Oh my gosh, I'm working on 2. One is very, very simple, and I can do that in the background while I'm teaching, which is exactly what I've done. And I've been able to, just in a couple days, put together 14 of these triangle blocks. Now, Fractured Paint Box is an amazing beginner pattern. Excuse me, as I lurch. It's an amazing beginner pattern, and we've got incredible options available for that as far as coloring. Now, I've already done one. Let's see if I can get the hands right. I've already done one in this colorway with white and light colored backgrounds. And maybe if I move her this way, no, there we go. This way, then you have a bigger picture. There we are. Anyhow, I've already done one in this colorway with a white color background and wonderful fabrics. It was so much fun. Now I'm putting together one that has black backgrounds in it, and it's starting to look a lot like stained glass, which is very much what this one looks like right now. But you see these squares? Those are actually four triangles that are put together to create a square. So in the background of my teaching through this week, I was able to put together 14 of these triangles. Now, Quiltworks develops things that are strip set, 2.5 inch roll, 2.5 inch strips threadly, what we traditionally call a jelly roll. But a jelly roll will come with between 40 and 42 strips. That's the biggest ones that I've seen on the market. And those jelly rolls have a different way of building them. Sometimes the collection is 20 colors, and if you get 40 in a row, then you get 2 of each color. If it's sometimes you get groupings of colorways like in 4s up, and that if you have a jelly roll like that, then if there's only 40 strips, then there's like 10 variations of 4 different colors, or four variations of 10 different colors. There we go. Get it? But regardless of exactly how those colors go, their strip numbers are really only between 40 and 42. Quiltworks develops strip sets that are built in 48. So you get more strips. It is a little bit more pricey, not a horrible amount, but what comes in that is 6 colorways and 8 variations of each color within that. So you get 48 strips. Well, the fractured paint box is built on a 48 count of strips. So if you use a jelly roll that you purchase or one you've already got on hand, you'll need to add anywhere from 6 to 8 other strips that will coordinate with what your original jelly roll is. It's not impossible to do. You just need to be aware of that so that when if you get to go into town and make it up and you get to the end, you have more sewing papers than strips that have come into play with your assembly. Just be aware, there's not a problem. You can do it any way that you like. And but if you buy a strip set from Quiltworks, they come in, they're beautiful colors, and they have a number of those on the market at the moment. But fractured paint box is what I'm doing in the background as I teach. That is becoming, that I am filming that and working on that to have it become an online an online accessible, pre-recorded, purchasable pattern. Say that 7 times fast. Say it once and get it right. But that's what I'm working on in the background of everything else. And so I've already talked about this. This is also one that is in the works. Now I am probably about halfway through with the assembly and the filming of this for a YouTube video. It's not going to take much longer, and I'm going to be able to start filming how you assemble or do all of the construction to put it all together. So I probably have a few more video days of that, and then there comes the editing and the putting it all, packaging it all together. But it's much farther along, and I'm doing that. That's a lot of fun, and I'm really enjoying that. So that's it in a nutshell. That's what I'm doing today, and there's more exciting things coming in. I'll share that with you, but I'm going to be filming a number of vlog posts. I'll just spill the beans now. Part of the reason why I'm going to be doing that and setting up a large number of vlog posts to post over the next month is that I and about 80 of my best certified instructor friends are going to be heading to Kalispell, Montana in about 2 weeks or less, and we will begin our training for recertification, which is primary. To stay certified, you have to become recertified. You have to go through that process every once in a while. It's a good practice to keep up on the newest things that Quiltworks is doing, and to learn about what is the very exciting thing as the technique of the month. Quiltworks releases a new pattern for Technique of the Month every other year. Well, January of 2025 will be that newest pattern release. But in order for me to be able to teach it, I absolutely have to have training on it. And so I'm going to be going there, and I'll be doing some things while I'm there, and I hope to goodness that I can film it. But it's a big, exciting time for me in the Quiltworks world. So I'm trying to get ahead of the things that I need to be doing on a regular basis, like doing the vlog and having a few things queued up so that they can post even when I'm too busy or too tired to remember to post, so that they'll do it all by themselves and you'll still be able to get content from me. So if you want to keep seeing what's happening, click on that subscribe button and it'll get to you no matter when I post the content. And share all of this with your friends, with your guild members, with anybody that might like to see what's going on in the Quiltworks certified instructor world. But until next time, I'm gonna say let your bobbins never be empty, and I'll see you soon. I hope you have a fabulous day. Thanks for coming.